So many mugshots have gone viral over the years, whether it's a famous celebrity getting arrested, or maybe it's a famous serial killer's mugshot, or maybe even it's a person who's arrested mid-haircut. However, there was a recent arrest that was made in Cobb County, Georgia, and this mugshot is going viral for, pretty obvious reasons. This is the mugshot right here. And we have this guy here who was seemingly asleep, and maybe he suffers from narcolepsy of some form or kind. But obviously, I'm being generous in my opinion of this man's character. He's probably doped up on some form of drugs, possibly opiates, and he's passed out to the point that, they need a medical examiner, or I assume that's a medical person, to hold his head up to take the mugshot. It's absolutely wild. So people on Twitter are taking his mugshot completely serious. We have people comparing this man to the case of Sandra Bland. If you don't remember that case, that was the case of an African-American woman named Sandra Bland from July 13th, 2015, who was pulled over for a minor traffic stop. I believe she was switching lanes without signaling. The officer pulled her over. The situation escalated, and she was arrested for not complying with the officer, and she was found dead by suicide inside of her jail cell 3 days later. And all the cops in that situation were acquitted of wrongdoing legally. However, in the court of public opinion, those people are guilty as hell. So in this case, you have this person who is barely even awake, possibly even dead, and people are asking, okay, is this another Sandra Bland case? Do we need to maybe, keep an extra eye on this whole situation? So I have this person on Twitter who asks, is this person alive? Why don't we have his name and status if you know his location in Cobb County? And then an informative person responds, it's alleged to be Austin Dominique Bumpus, but I can't find any official source about it. So I did some digging into the whole situation. I typed in Austin Bumpus from Cobb County on Google, and I found this man's reason for booking into the jail. And guys, let me just tell you, this is not another Sandra Bland case. He's not been found guilty in court, but there was reasonable cause to arrest him in the first place. And these are the reasons for his booking to Cobb County on May 20th of 2025. Fugitive from justice, felony, purchase, possession, manufacture, distribution, or sale of marijuana, possession of Schedule 4 controlled substance, felony, trafficking in illegal drugs, possession of cocaine with the intent to distribute, felony, trafficking in cocaine, illegal drugs, marijuana, or methamphetamine, felony, receipt, possession, or transfer of firearm by a convicted felon or felony first offender, felony, possession of firearm or knife during commission of or attempt to commit certain felonies, and probably the least of all, which is probably the reason why he's slumped over in his mugshot photo, open container violation. So, sometimes you got to listen to Occam's razor, which is a theory that states that the simplest answer is usually the correct one. Turns out the simplest answer in this case is that he was just doped up on drugs. There was no wrongdoing about the police officers, and the man certainly deserves to be in prison. He needs to be taken off of the streets immediately. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below.